Just a reminder, they're sitting on 2 points. That loss by American Magic could fall into their favour if, and it's a big if now, if they're able to get over the top of INEOS Britannia.
They will have practiced racing this team in the simulator. You know how much of all that goes on, Glenn, and how big a difference does it make?
It's absolutely key to sort of know your opponent's strengths and weaknesses, and all teams are really doing a lot of recon on the, you know, what the other teams have got in their toolbox as far as match racing goes, but also what they can do with their boat. How quickly can they turn it? How easily can they throw it round? You know, that at the end of the day, it's the millimetres of difference, as we saw yesterday with Emirates Team New Zealand, just getting INEOS off the foils. Like, they're the small differences that make the result stick or not in the end.
Fast turnaround for INEOS Britannia. When you think about it, we've normally got a long race to get themselves sorted on their 2-race day. Interesting to see just how they adjust quickly and where they feel a little bit of pressure knowing that the Italians are coming at them.
I think fantastic that they've already had one race under their belt today. You know, they've got a good feeling of the race course. You know, they've had some looking up and down the course, and they'll have their boat dialed in. So obviously got a little bit more time to the start now. We've sort of got some shots here, still about 5 minutes 20 to go. So we're just seeing the boats cruising around, keeping the boat on the foils. They'll be lining themselves up for a good entry position. Probably with about sort of 1.5 to 2 minutes to go, they'll be wanting to put themselves in their predefined position to make sure they execute that entry well. That's all so important.
It's quite the billing, Stephen, isn't it? Jimmy Spittle versus Ben Ainsley.
Actually, Jimmy's been quite quiet so far, hasn't he? I'm sure he's going to get a little bit more vocal. He's sort of allowing Francesco Bretti to do all the talking. I'm waiting for the, shall we say, historical Jimmy to arrive.
Jimmy will still be practicing his Italian because he speaks about 2 words. I think I might have 1 word more than him, but I think he's got 2 and I've got 3, but they're probably all bad ones. But no, this is going to be a great showdown, and you know, these guys have done a lot of sailing together over the years, so they'll be looking forward to dominating, I think, in this race.
Peter mentioned the change in the sea state with these boats. Does it affect them that much?
Quite nice flat water at the moment. I mean, I think tomorrow could potentially be a little rougher, which is going to be really interesting. At the moment, absolutely perfect conditions for sailing these boats. 10 to 12 knots.
Careful with the gas on the way back.
And that's how close we get to show people around the world the pictures. There's one of our helis up there getting right on top of them. I think from memory, Jimmy does not like helis.
Jimmy does do a little bit of flying, and I think he likes flying in the helicopter, but not being underneath one. But no, it's all fun and games. It's all part of it, and the helicopter guys do a brilliant job to keep out of the way. Really, really get some great pictures.
On the Kiwi boat, definitely gone softer than before.
A little bit to go before we get them in on port and starboard entry. It'll be Luna Rossa in on port with the 2 minutes and 10.
Kind of like early
mark
left on dry off
2 minutes for INEOS Britannia. Let's just have a little listen to see what they're going through. A little bit earlier than expected.
Title reward could work today. Make sure we have the speed for the tank, okay?
Yeah, it's going to go up here, guys. Hey, stand by.
This is the race committee. We have completed the wind sampling period, and this race is live.
All good.
We are good to go for race number 11. Port entry will be Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli. Starboard entry at 2 minutes will be INEOS Britannia. Having picked up their first win of this preliminary regatta, they'll have the bit between their teeth. They'll be ready to go. They'll say, okay, figured it out, feel good, come on Italy, let's have a nudge.
So this is where we would normally take things from coming in, but both boats lining up for looks like to be an on-time entry, surely.
Okay guys, we're going to go for lap here.
Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli look like their time or distances bang on, steaming in at around 35 knots. And then they come into the start box, not too far away. Here comes INEOS Britannia. Allowed to enter at 2 minutes. They'll be just a little bit behind that, but let it get on.
Really nice entry for both boats there, so just stand by for some action here.
Hey, here's Lobo.
Okay, going board up again.
Nice position for the gap.
Your wheel, don't mind. They peel now, killing 122.
The object of the game
To go the
here,
other side of them here. They look quite early.
put your opponent on the back foot off the start line.
Okay, killing a minute.
This is the umpires. Early entry penalty, GBR. Early entry penalty, GBR.
Okay, so
That is a big penalty there for the British. They must have entered the entry zone early. They will have a penalty, but they will be trying to wash that penalty off as quick as they can. Hearing from umpire Richard Slater there. Disaster for INEOS.
we are past ley line committee. One more of those, and we are good.
Coming up.
To leeward is fine, I think.
Are you here? What's coming up?
We are 9 to kill pin.
Hey, ready for a little high mode
Only
here?
killing 7. Should be able to
Speed. Okay, high mode now.
gas
Trim
from
up,
here.
boys.
Working on modes. One triple. Come on. Come on. Coming out.
He's on one
Okay,
more.
right wheel. Killing 4.
We are
Okay,
racing pin.
Can build here.
We are racing pin.
Killing
Inside the
2.
last 30 seconds to the start of race 11.
Happy to be
Penalty.
here.
Killing 1 to the pin.
Entering
We'll have to
early
pay his
for
penalty.
INEOS Britannia.
Killing 4 on the line.
Actually, this is a good position.
Little chip on, guys. Just a quick.
Open the pin. Need to burn the penalty even in the middle of the gun.
Obviously, yes.
Right on, get started. Yeah, nice.
Not in a
Nice,
rush.
lads. 8, 7, 6, 5, working up 4, all the way. 3, hold, 2, 1, gun.
All in.
We are a go in race 11. Rossa Prada Pirelli, INEOS
Okay,
Britannia.
little low mode here. Going low. Let's try to base penalty with a low mode, okay? So keep the speed here.
45 seconds still. Got
I think hammering on the next stack is going to be our game. Bit fast,
So
good mode.
the British with a penalty for entering early. They have to lose basically 75 metres relative to the Rossa Prada Pirelli here.
This is the umpires. GBR boundary penalty. GBR boundary penalty.
Sailing fast. Yeah.
A couple of unforced errors there for the British.
Come low here. Yeah, you've got the band, that's good. Yeah, got 10 seconds to burn it. Hey, flat to leeward here.
Double
No, you
trouble.
haven't. You haven't
Penalty
got
clear.
10.
Penalty clear.
Yeah, go.
INEOS Britannia and race 11.
Smash it. There we go. There you go, Trav. Go still. Yeah, mine.
If they tag, we are at 45 degrees, so we are not, we are not covering. But we are on a lefty phase, so I'm going to go straight.
Oh, just over the entry line there early by the smallest of margins there. The British pushing super hard. You just don't need to quite push that hard on entry, so a bit of an unforced error there. They'll be disappointed with that, followed up by a boundary penalty. So you're not going to win races with those unforced errors, unfortunately.
Nice numbers, guys. Happy to push a smidge of Louis Vuitton. Okay.
But we just go straight at the moment.
Happy with this hill.
Let's go to chase
He's
0.
taking on boundary.
Pete, that's a killer for INEOS
And we will
Britannia.
be taking 2.
Oh, that was brutal. It's just the small meters,
I think we go here.
slightly early for entry and then a boundary penalty, and it's those little errors, those, there's only a metre in it, but it just is so costly when you get back into the match race. And Jimmy Spittle and Francesco Bruni just say, yep, thanks very much. We'll take that as our bread and butter, and they'll just be substantially in the lead at Mark 1.
Just some information there from our fantastic team behind the scenes, and at 36 knots of boat speed, the British were 2.4 metres over the entry line, so absolutely nothing in it, but really pushing too hard with something you don't need to push that hard with, to be honest.
They were excited. They were excited.
Open, Ben. Okay.
It's a cruel blow, though. It's a cruel blow. Then you get the boundary penalty. Now let's see how they respond. How do INEOS Britannia respond to double trouble at the start of race 11?
The game bias pretty square. Okay, yes. I reckon take this.
Let's have a look at their second penalty from the British here, Shirley, and as the boat's coming into the boundary there, and again just pushing it hard, and crikey's just over it. I mean, it's like tennis. The ball's either in or out, and they've been out both times, so double fault.
Little soft out of this, maybe.
It's a shame they can't be like tennis players and scream at the umpire.
You certainly don't want to smash anything, that's for sure.
That's still
Do a
soft, it was.
McEnroe.
I mean, those boundaries come pretty quickly.
Okay, no problem.
Actually calling a tack to going, you've travelled a fair difference. It's not easy to gauge.
So what do you think, 1 and in left? Yeah, I think so.
My pressure looks even to me.
To me as well. Little build for the tack, boys.
It sounds like a walk on the park.
Point 3.
I always remember in Auckland when we had the heart rate monitors, Jimmy's would be on about 80 and Francesco Bruni on 150. He's got ice in his veins, Jimmy Spindle.
Rossa Prada Pirelli heading into the top mark for the first time. They will take the right-hand mark as you see it. Head down on leg number 2 in race 11 of the Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta here off the coast of Barcelona.
A little bit of a righty
I think
face.
we got to follow him, huh? Yeah, okay. We can follow them. Yeah. Okay, might well. Down here, guys. Down in 5. Hands on the move.
INEOS Britannia pretty much following on a direct path of the trail of Luna Rossa.
100.
We've seen a bit of a change in the wind, a bit of a left shift, and it has got a bit lighter, and we're expecting a big swing round to the left-hand side later on this evening, so maybe it's the start of that.
2, 1, 8. Turning. Quite well. 2, 1. Going board.
Jack to windward.
Anyone? Coming down.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gate, shortening the course to 1.75 nautical miles.
Jib.
Taking the 40 here. Got a ripping. Yeah, working out. What did you do? Got a bit lighter at the moment here. Yeah, coming down to 9.9.
Beautiful flat water conditions for the AC 75 sailing here in Barcelona today. Tomorrow, my feeling is it's going to be a different
A little
look.
variety, maybe.
It's going to be interesting with a bit more seaway, potentially.
I will focus on performance, Jimmy. You take care.
No worries.
That was a good call by Francesco Bruni. I mean, really just not worrying so much about the opposition, but getting the maximum out of these laps.
Okay, let's stay this cycle pressure for now. Yes. Really nice let down.
Yeah, definite performance gains when you can just focus on the actual sailing of the boat and not concentrate so hard on the boat. You definitely take a game there because you can concentrate 100% on just sailing the boat accurately and to its numbers. So
they have a really kind of special relationship, don't they, Jimmy Spindle and Francesco Bruni? Bruni just saying, oh, concentrate on the numbers, stop worrying about the other stuff. But that's a relationship developed on years of sailing together at the highest level.
it certainly is, Shirley, and those relationships, like in any sailing team or any team environment, take time to develop, and the more time you can spend together doing that together, time and time again, you just get that relationship that really becomes powerful, particularly under pressure in the future.
Hey, building again. Comes to speed.
Good angle here, still building for.
Jimmy Spindle on his 8th America's Cup. I guess he was 12 when he started.
Okay, at the bottom.
He might need to buy some cows like me and have a rest.
Even.
He's doing a great job, Jimmy. He's one of the sports greats and got a lot to offer, and obviously helping upskill the younger generation coming through.
That's good angle.
Such an important part of getting to your later years in life is being able to recognise talent on the way through, and Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli
Maybe one and in.
certainly doing a great job identifying talent coming through.
INEOS have done really well on this run. They've taken 50 metres out of the Italians.
I was a little late. Past the ley line, boys.
Have to keep positive heel from here, Kenko.
Nice one function, boys. Big push here.
Positive.
Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli down to the bottom gate for the first time. They head up to the top to start thinking about that halfway mark, and they go around confidently. Given that bonus, double penalties for INEOS Britannia. One at the start, then at the boundary, but they're chasing, and they will chase hard. We've seen already they've got a good boat speed. Can they close down
Okay, boards coming up now.
Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli?
35 to the boundary. Okay, mates coming on, boys. Okay, my trap. Got trap. By leeward heel. Yep.
Let's go on board the Luna Rossa chase boat to coach Philippe Presti. Another solid day today. Weren't actually pressed too hard at the start box. Philippe, how are you? Apologies for the lack of audio coming off the Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli chase boat.
It's a good angle.
Let's go into chase 0. Can you see the INEOS Britannia boat catching up at all, Pete?
I think 185, 187.
Pretty tough from where they are there now. I did monitor that downwind and I thought it was pretty even. At one stage it looked like INEOS had got into them a little bit, but when they got into the bottom mark approach, Luna Rossa took a little bit back. Luna Rossa's coming straight towards me now, and I'm right on the bow. It looks just superb in terms of their setup. The boat is very close to the water in terms of the end plate effect, and certainly Jimmy Spittle and Francesco Bruni are doing a pretty good job. And really, after that error in the start box for INEOS, it was just then a matter of saying, well, how close can we keep to Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli? They've got a bit of work on to catch up.
A nice lefty here.
Probably still building a click.
Some great shots there of Umberto Molinari.
I think, if anything, the numbers are a little high for targets, okay, guys?
Yeah, I agree.
Or maybe drop one knot.
It just tagged. It just tagged. Yeah, a little right. You actually happy to take this?
Okay, stand by, boys. Going in 3, 2, 1.
This is the race committee. We are moving the leeward gate, shortening the course to 1.7 nautical miles.
Good angle.
The last two course changes have been less in length, Stephen, so breeze dropping a little, I think.
Next one.
Good building too.
I think we
Just getting past the intersection and coming left. Quite light here, so maybe a little bit flatter boat. Go.
Definitely softer up the track. Okay.
Nice, good speed.
Good transition to a bit more wind for the left.
Back to the right. Pressure is down here. There's something 15 away.
Glorious pictures coming off our hellies, just showing you the vista that they sail in front of on the Mediterranean. That board of Barcelona in the background, and it's all business on INEOS Britannia. They'll be filthy with themselves. 2.4 metres over into the entry box.
Our team have been listening to their onboards and not happy with the tacking either. They're tacking from 33 knots to 25 minutes. It's not good enough, Glenn, is it?
Holding there, 80%.
Yeah, it's a big speed drop, and if this breeze keeps dropping down over the next 10 or 15 minutes, we could actually be seeing ourselves getting into some territory where the manoeuvres become quite marginal, particularly attacking. So
Good up on angle.
hopefully we won't see that. Hopefully the breeze will stay in.
He's to leeward of me. Let me do this.
Slight gain, it would appear, if you look at those meters between the two boats by INEOS Britannia on this upward leg. Slight gain, you can see it.
I think it's got lighter at that top end of the course. The conditions are definitely changing and becoming more and more unstable.
I just wonder whether that plays into the window of INEOS Britannia and how it performs in different air.
Only 8 to 9 knots of breeze now at the top end of the course, Stephen, so definitely we're seeing a drop in pressure. So going to be interesting this next lap or two.
Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli leading INEOS Britannia into the top gate to complete the halfway mark of race number 11 in the Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta here on the Mediterranean off the coast of Barcelona.
No reason to go slow here.
Ouch.
And in comes INEOS Britannia. it appeared from what we saw they made a slight gain on that upwind leg, and we know that they are quick downwind. Let's see if Ben and Dylan put the foot to the floor.
2, 1, head of baseline and turn a bit. Nice.
30 seconds.
No, hold it a little bit, yeah. Go. Anything. Okay, rolling away into a jibe here.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gate, shortening the course to 1.6 nautical miles.
Board, eyeing you up.
30 seconds.
Okay, cant's moving.
Let's go to chase zero, Pete. How much is that wind softening out there?
38.
Yeah, well, mainly dropping in velocity, and what we're seeing now is the downwind angles have got tighter. We just noticed that jibe, and Geely, they must have, you could probably pick it up there, Glenn, looked like they jibed through nearly 90 degrees, so as it lightens, the boats actually have to sail a little bit sharper angle to, you know, to keep their optimum speed.
Yeah, Pete, it's certainly the observation that we're getting here is that breeze is dropping, and seeing some still good performance of INEOS Britannia downwind here. So it's, you know, you're only, again, one wobbly manoeuvre away from a pass. So really interesting to see the VMG on both boats there. Just a little better to INEOS Britannia in general on the downwind. So
Same, it's better pressure.
it'll be interesting to see how they go towards the bottom.
From here on, we match
Both teams would have made their sail selection based on 12 to 14 knots, what we saw pre-start. Yeah. How much of an effect is that to be on the smaller jib and having to search for power?
Definitely hard exiting manoeuvres with smaller jibs on for sure in the lighter air, and in a straight line you're still trying to get the power out, but it's exiting the manoeuvres that just is so difficult when you get to the very, very bottom range of both the mainsail and the jibs. So you can see there the power of that twin skin mainsail, huge mast rotation and camber in that mainsail now, and even the smaller jibs really, really deep. So very, very minimal Cunningham, very, very stood sections to really generate that horsepower out of the rig.
Even just watching that, a massive amount of adjustments,
very similar
as you say, to the
at the
mast, to the traveller. There's a lot going on as the winds drop now.
Still showing a little bit of gate bias on our side, on the left side.
Wind directions. I think the wing gear is still settling.
I agree with you. I think it's the most simple choice, and I don't see why not to go left gate. Just a little earlier on the jibe on the ley line. That's all.
Coming up. Visual, have a look.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gate, shortening the course to 1.5 nautical miles.
So another change to the length of the course because of the wind softening, but that actual margin that Rossa Prada Pirelli has on INEOS Britannia has actually lengthened on the downwind leg, which means they are sailing that boat beautifully at the moment as they complete leg number 4, and they'll take that left-hand mark and head up the course for a final time.
Okay.
Hey, 30 seconds.
Good pressure straight on the nose.
Good left. Nice lefty toes. No rush.
I'm struggling with these jives for some reason. It's got a bit weird. I try. Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, turning up here. 2, 1. Turning up.
INEOS Britannia round the bottom mark, head up for leg number 5. Deficit's 28 seconds.
Going flat. Yeah.
30 seconds.
Okay, breeze is in the left here if we want to take it. Okay, stand by tack. 2, 1, 4 down. 2, 1, made. Turning. Farewell. 2, 1, down board.
I'm thinking to hammer him on the next one.
We're done.
Hearing the voice of Francesco Bruni there saying, thinking of hammering them on the next one. That's basically just tacking on top and actually forcing their dirty air to float down the course right onto the rig of INEOS Britannia, and that's the job of the sailors is to try and line that up, so you're pretty much just putting them right in the exhaust fumes of the rig of your boat. if you're leading.
That's Tango. It's coming.
As the wind is lighter as well, I mean, it's a greater effect, isn't it? It's so hard to escape from it.
187.
Okay,
How's the low under?
we go to target.
Onto the
Wait
chase
for a
boat of
moment and
Luna
take
Rossa
us again.
Prada Pirelli. Hi, Philippe. Another good day for Luna Rossa, maybe helped out by the penalty box start that was a bit of a problem for INEOS.
Yeah, the starting is very hard. You know, you have a racing software and you're guessing the time based on the information of the wind. And during the entry, the wind goes pretty much everywhere. It's easy to make such a mistake. And entering early is very important because you can put the pressure on the other boat. So I understand the mistake. And then the guys did a great job just settling in and deciding to start behind INEOS and get a good control position from there.
Philippe, it seems very calm on board Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli. Would you agree with that?
I'm glad it's calm. It's a working progress. Every day we try to operate at that, you know, it's kind of a Jimmy hard right beat we try to match. And I think if you've got a loud boat, it's very hard to take decision. It's very hard to understand each other. So we really try to work on the wording and the tone. So we make good decisions.
How calm is Coach Presti?
Very calm.
All right. Good to see you, mate. We'll talk to you again.
Middle press.
Coach Philippe Presti on board the chase boat for Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli. That gap between the two, they're still sitting around 400 metres. The Italian team, they've controlled this race nicely.
It's bread and butter for the Italian team of Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli at the moment. They're just literally going through the motions, sailing the boat well, keeping in touch with their opponent. And yeah, definitely another day at the office for those boys.
It's quite noticeable these Gen3 boats, isn't it? How much the lighter at, they're not as affected as much as they were in Auckland. They just seem to keep rolling.
Definitely the light air performance much better with the weight reduction out of the boats now compared to in 2021, and the light air performance really good.
Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli for the final time at the top gate. Taking the left-hand mark as they see it, right-hand as you see it on the screen.
And catch.
Hey, 22nd. Good pressure here, guys. No rush out here.
Yeah, no rush.
Hit the comms, no rush, which means not too much pressure coming from INEOS Britannia. They'll be feeling a little bit of pressure because they're a bit dirty about getting into the start box early and getting that penalty and then the boundary penalty as well. But they are around the top gate and heading home in race 11.
20, 30. Okay. Come by here, my trap. Good trap. 2, 5. Down. 2, 1, 8. Turning. Time out.
Let's go to chase zero. Pete, we've talked a lot about INEOS Britannia today because we were so pumped that they got that first up win. But what do you make of this performance by Luna Rossa?
I think Luna Rossa have had an edge. I've just been monitoring sort of the deltas at the stop mark, and when they came up the last time, it was 21 seconds. They're out to 29 seconds now. I think they're just making little incremental gains. Upwind for sure, but also on the downwind leg, Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli have been matching INEOS, and INEOS Britannia are really probably the benchmark on the downwind legs, but there's plenty of pace on the Italian boat.
Has the wind stabilised?
The wind's at the top of the course, it's lighter than at the bottom. It certainly looks quite sort of quite smooth and a bit sort of light at the top. Down at the bottom mark gate, down by the finish, it's probably a knot or maybe 2 knots better breeze down there in terms of wind speed.
Coming left a little here. Still push you all the way, yeah?
final leg here. Not a whole lot INEOS Britannia can do, barring a unforced error from Rossa Prada Pirelli. Shirley, yeah, sort of not much you can do. You're just sort of looking at your opponent sailing down there toward, and you're just hoping that they make a mistake. But I don't think Rossa are sailing the boat badly there. It's pretty hard there to make a game from here.
It's also about information gathering, isn't it? And remember, this is only day 3 of us actually seeing these boats race in anger. So much to learn for all the teams.
Practice, are you for left?
Just give me one round up.
Rossa Prada Pirelli in the Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta will come across the line and bank win number 3 and give them 3 points to equal Emirates Team New Zealand, who are up next against Alinghi Red Bull Racing. But they'll be feeling good about that. Are they heading towards the final of the Prelim Regatta?
Nice.
Nice work, boys.
Away from the course. Probably on the left side of the course.
Anytime.
But I think there is another race
Here we go.
after us.
2, 1, going down. 2, 1, late. Cat's wide. 2, 1, come on.
INEOS Britannia, they go 1-0 today. Most importantly for the confidence of their sail team, their shore team, the whole organisation. They got that win and they sailed so beautifully earlier on today against Alinghi Red Bull Racing. But they'll cross the line to complete race number 11 in this Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta.
Fine, Trav. Push up. Nice now. Potentially need to let me get a little bit of trap first. I don't know on that. It's tricky. Yeah, on the main on. Oh, because I'm jib car all the way down. Yeah, copy that.
Confirmation now of race 11 in the Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta. Rossa Prada Pirelli get the win. Win number 3. It's by 46 seconds over INEOS Britannia. So where does that all stack up? Well, it stacks up that now Rossa and Emirates Team New Zealand are now 3 points. Emirates Team New Zealand 3 from 3, and Rossa 3 from 4. So where does that leave everybody else? Well, we've still got a day and a bit of racing to go. Stay with us.
Well, this race was nearly won and lost before they'd even got in. INEOS crossing that imaginary line, that entry line, by the smallest of margins. Well, INEOS made a great start here, but obviously had to drop back. They had to take that penalty, that was 75 metres. And for Rossa, just keeping it clean. Leg 1 also saw another infringement by the British outfit, leaving them trailing, and the gap got bigger and bigger. By leg 5, it was a big margin. And Rossa win the race.
Stand by.
On board Rossa Prada Pirelli. Congratulations, Francesco. A nice, tidy win today.
Yeah, we are super happy. Obviously, it was not very easy because we were not sure about which jib to put up. Luckily, one of our coaches, Hamish nailed the call, and we sailed with a little bigger jib. We all thought he was wrong, but he was right. The wind was dropping, and it was very good to have that jib up.
Francesco, Glenn here. Sounds like you guys might be filling up the beer fridge for Hamish tonight. It definitely the breeze was dropping, so he'll be happy.
We have to be careful with we have to be careful with beers. That guy, he likes to drink.
Nice, mate.
All right, appreciate your time, Francesco. We'll talk again. Let's go on board INEOS Britannia. Dylan Fletcher. It must be just tough that early entry into the start box.
Yeah, it was definitely a tough pill to swallow. We thought we were safe on it, but obviously didn't give it quite enough.
Dylan, how hard is it to judge? I mean, you're going so quickly, and it's the finest of margins. How tough is that?
Yeah, it is tough, but we've got our tactical aid, and we thought we were safe on it with some time in the bag, but sort of jumped at the end, and I can't imagine we were over by very much. But you know, after that, I think we were quite happy with the start to beat the Italians from that point, and then it was just obviously tough from there with being on the wrong jib and that early penalty.
Thanks for your time, mate. Got the win today. That builds confidence. We'll talk again.
Cheers, guys.
So, to win the America's Cup, you've got to think outside the box. 4 years ago, Rossa Prada Pirelli introduced twin helming to the world. Jimmy Spittle, Francesco Bruni have more experience than anyone, and it shows on the leaderboard. They're the wise old heads of twin helming, but they're not afraid to hand the controls to the next generation.